Lights, camera, action. Welcome to the Scrapbook Podcast, Director's Cut. Welcome to the Director's Cut.
Are we already on?
Yes, sir.
Son of a bitch.
Welcome to the Director's Cut of the Scrapbook Podcast. This is our side thing. You know the deal. You know the spiel. This episode is going to be the Pat Man's episode. What's up?
So I want to thank y'all for coming through. I've got a loose idea for a raunchy comedy. It's kind of like Euro Trip, but without the Euro. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Keep it American.
I want it. It's going to be based around two kids, both in high school, senior, and they want to get laid before they go to prom because they want to be able to tell people like, "Hey, I've gotten pussy too." Mm-hmm. One of the homeboys who clearly was into sex and shit and like into porn way before the other dude is like, "We can just hit up a massage parlor." My uncle told me about this one place off of, Stockton or whatever for where they're at. And so they're like, all right, how much does it cost? And they're just going for a rub and tug. They're not even thinking about fucking. They just want somebody to get them to nut. And then they can tell people like, yeah, I've been with a woman. And so they end up going to basically like a brothel. And in the midst of going to said brothel, something occurs to where one of the women is hurt or people rush in. And I talked to Jeff about this. And I was like, how do people not just run out on rub and tugs? And he's like, oh, it has to be Asian gangs. There has to be a reason, some kind of muscle behind, a whole bunch of 5 foot, 110-pound Asian women.
Yeah.
Or people would just be like, right after night, be like, bye. Yeah. And they just get up and leave.
Bitch, get out of my face.
Exactly. There's somebody out there smoking a cigarette waiting to shoot you if you don't pay them that money.
Yeah, I apologize for interrupting you. And you never interrupt me when...
No, that's all good. Go ahead.
You know what's funny? There's a lot of people who don't serve young African-American males. Don't ask how I know this. Prostitutes, they don't do African-Americans. Because they're more likely to muscle out and that pussy.
What you gonna do?
Exactly, baby. Sit the fuck down. Actually, give me your money. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that might be a reason why.
Yeah, it could definitely it could be that one isn't black or one is mixed or something, and so he gets his rub and tug, and the other dude's like, "Hey, where's mine?" And in the midst of like talking about that, something goes down to where they have to run out, and so now they got an Asian gang after them. And it's on some warrior ship, the mission to get back home, because they got there on foot.
Oh yes.
So they're having to go through, and mind you, I'd have to guess. I don't have any facts on this, but I'd have to guess when you got those little Saigon areas, districts or whatever, where there's a massage parlor every other block, those have to be being ran by the same people. Mm-hmm. Because I've gone to gas stations and then gone to another gas station on the street, and I see on opposite days the same dude from the one, on the corner of El Grove compared to the dude off the corner of La Mancha. And you're like, how are you here? And he's like, oh, my family owns both of these. So it's about them trying to get back to a safe area where they're not in a zone full of people looking for them. Now, it can't just be for $40, you know what I mean? So what I'm thinking is it's either like one of them's getting a rub and tug and the other one's trying to fuck or something. And the process happens and then he goes to pay her or something. Somebody busts in. Like, I don't know how it happens, but somebody leaves a lot of money on the table and doesn't pay up. And in the midst of running out, they think they're just trying to ghost them for the money. And they're easy to hunt because they're high school kids. They're not grown-ass men in cars that can defend themselves. They just wanted some pussy, and somebody's uncle told them, you could just go to this massage parlor, with $60, and then you're a man. And then he's like, cool, we'll go turn into men. We'll go do this shit. And in some way, shape, or form, they end up having to have like the triads or whatever Asian gang runs this shit. Because Jeff told me about this place they're called Tea Spots. And it's like a tea shop, but it's like girls in like lingerie. And like you can get a tea and also get a beach in the back. Those have to be ran by somebody because men are naturally going to want to get over on women if they can, especially if there's some kind of like, if you're going to only spots to fuck, you're not the best at getting pussy or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're not so clever.
Yeah, you're not Mister. You're not walking around just falling into pussy.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of dorks, and so that's what I'm thinking. It has to be them on some warrior shit trying to get through Little Saigon back to where they live in Elk Grove or something.
Yeah. All the while trying to right the wrong or understand why. So I have a few questions before you continue.
Go ahead.
Okay. Little things. Name?
Let's go with Toni.
Toni.
And Lerahd.
So Lerahd obviously is a half black guy.
Yep.
Oh, all right, one half. But Tony's a full black guy. Why not before college?
Because they want to be able to go into prom.
As a motherfucking man.
Yeah, because everybody else is having sex with their girlfriends and they don't have girlfriends.
That night.
Yeah.
So
they want to be able to best them by being like, oh, you guys are just fucking? Mm-hmm. We've already done that. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Or even better, they're trying to be prepared for the dates that they do have.
There you go. That works even better.
Yeah.
They're trying to they're like, I don't want to put on a shitty show.
Yeah. How the fuck, bro? We gotta, and then they're fucking.
And one is getting like the full treatment, like he's fucking.
Yeah.
One dude is fucking, and she's like, okay, that's how you work it. And he's asking her questions, it's going good, and then it pans over to the next one, him being like, what are you tripping for?
And he's just like, jack off, and she's just like,
no.
Yeah. How far away?
What, the rooms?
No. Do they live?
Oh, they're neighborhood friends. They're up the cul-de-sac.
Oh, they live from Little Saigon.
Oh, from there? I'd say they went out of their way so they wouldn't run into people they know.
So next town over.
Yeah, but they took buses to get there and shit.
Okay.
And so they run out and they run past the bus stop because they can't sit there and wait for the bus to come back.
Exactly.
They plan on doing this, getting out, waiting 20 minutes, the bus take them back to where they're from, and they're good.
What if the real... okay, so this is how they get into the shit. So maybe the Lerahd... Mm-hmm. I'm going to H him to it so I can say it right. Lerahd is, he's fucking and shit like that. And then we go to Toni, and Tony's like, maybe his dick can't get hard. And he's just like trying to tell her how to do the shit at the same time. And he just get embarrassed and just like, at the same time, Laird's like knocking at the door, like, you done yet? He's like, you're done already? He's like, yeah, bro, I'm just, finishing up, can't get his dick hard. And then they're on the outside. Right?
And she's like, you pay. And he's just like, I haven't nutted.
Yeah. He's like, why would I pay her? He was like, I taught you how she did. And he's like.
And he's just like, I think I need to go. It's like, put on clothes. Like, no, you pay. We're going to get in trouble for
right?
all this.
Right. All at the same time, a poker game is happening in the back. In the
back. And they start hearing, and she's starting to scream, and they're like, that's never a good thing with these women.
Peep this. At the same time this poker game is happening, hold on, I'll double back to what I was thinking. The same time this poker game is happening, somebody who's sweating out of his fucking suit and tie, mm-hmm. got his the ties all hanging off and mm-hmm. shit like that, and he's just like, his last, what is it called? Chip. Mm-hmm. And shit like that. He's like, I'm all in. He's like, and niggas just like smoking cigars, laughing and shit. And he's like, you got no other choice to be all in. And she's like, ha 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 ha, laughing at the nigga. And he just like, all right. And then they lay it down. Everybody else goes all in. And he's just like, I won. I won. And then they just like, oh, no, you didn't, bro. You know what I mean? Try to pull a fast one. And the nigga has a thing on him. Bow. Takes the shit, the whole stack, and runs past the two that are arguing with the female, right?
And one's half naked. Lerahd is already, he busted quick.
Yeah,
she did everything she needed to do. Like bow, bow, bow. And he was like, oh. And then
on that, yeah.
And mind you, these are 17-year-old kids, so they have seen porn, but they've never been with the woman.
Yeah. So niggas try to do porn shit.
And got in there 2 long strokes and was like, "Woo, that's what pussy's like."
Yeah, that's crazy.
This is why like he almost nutted while she was putting on the condom, kind of thing.
Yeah,
he was like, this ain't gonna last.
This is a different grip.
But he walking out like, my mustache is dumb.
So maybe he doesn't shoot. The guy doesn't shoot out of it, but he holds the gun just like, everybody, put your fucking hands up. Put your fucking hands up. Loses last chip in this one. Grabs all the money. He's like, sit there. I'll fucking blow your head off. I was gonna go do it. Right? Right? So he like backing out of there. Right? There's backing out. Circle back to what these two are wearing. Right? So, Lerahd is wearing like...
They mistake them for the niggas that stole the money.
Yes, bro. Come on, my nigga.
And the woman's agitated because he's not trying to pay, but he's like, I haven't nutted.
And it's a dark room, too. Mm-hmm. So he's like running out at the same time.
And he bumps him. Some of the money falls out. The woman... Like, there has to be an exchange where, like, people can...
This is what I was... Right, so Lerahd is wearing the most... I'm like, I'm at my quinceañera and I'm celebrating today. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So he's wearing like this shit he saw in the mannequin. So it's like a Bahama mama fucking...
Toni Bahama?
Yeah, Toni Bahama shirt and like loud slacks and shit like that and his uncle's dress shoes. Mm-hmm. Right?
Brown Stacey Adams.
And they... Right? At the same time, that's what the nigga who robbed the shit was wearing. Mm-hmm. He was sweating the shit out. He's just like, I just stopped from, I'm supposed to be at the airport right now. I stopped. Me and the family are going to Hawaii. That's all. These little cuts are coming in as they're getting ready to come here. As they're talking to the uncle and they come up with this plan and this little snippets. Oh yeah, I'm just, so this game is hella long. Mm-hmm. That's why he's cut to sweating out of his shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Hair disheveled in a motherfucker. A black guy. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, I'm supposed to be at the airport right now, but I just thought, I'll get a couple hands in. And then he's like...
So he's addicted to gambling.
Exactly.
But these aren't the people you get addicted to.
Exactly, bro. This ain't the fucking shit. And also...
He won legitly, right? He's not cheating?
No. This, he lost in this scenario. So all this, I'm putting it together. Makes it more understanding how they could just mix up two black guys. You know what I'm saying?
Wearing Tommy Bahama shirts.
Tommy Bahama shirts, right?
And they're both worried.
Yeah.
and the boys are taking it as these niggas are coming to kill us. Mm-hmm. They're not even tripping on you like that. Because nobody nutted. You didn't insert anything to anybody. It's a disagreement. She's just going to be like, he didn't pay. They're like, did he nut? Because if he nutted, then we can go fuck with him. Did he nut? And she's like, no. He got scared and he couldn't get it up. And they're just like, fuck him. We're worried about that $2,000, that 20 large that we just lost today that he ran out with. Mm-hmm. What was he wearing? And then that's when they're just like...
The Tommy Bahama shirt. And also, all this shit, the poker room is dark as fuck. Mm-hmm. The hallway are all dark. You know what I mean? All moody and shit. And that's how they get confused. It's like, oh, he's a black guy wearing a Tommy Bahama shirt. Brown Stacey Adams.
And that's it. They walk out and they're like, hey! And they look back and they're like, they're coming to fuck us up because you didn't
hard.
pay. Yeah, if it ain't the niggas that act hard, and you're like, goddamn. And they take off running and they're just like, okay, he's with somebody.
Yeah.
And so now they point out what the other dude's wearing.
Toni.
And Tony's just like, bro, we need to get the fuck.
So
Lerahrd's the one that fucked or Toni?
Lerahrd's the one that fucked.
Okay.
That's when he got Asian uncle that was like, you gotta do this, man. This is how you
Half black, half Asian.
Exactly.
Nice.
So they
shout out to my Blasians.
So the guy, Hawaii vacation guy, bumps into them, right? And, he's like, and maybe they tosses the gun to the nigga. You know what I mean? Trying to get rid of the shit because I gotta go to a fucking airport where I look like carrying the shit. Maybe it was his whole plan because he had previously gambled away all his vacation money, or it's such a sickness in this nigga that he lost everything, and now that he got it all, he's like, I can't bring this to it. I'm off to the airport.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he like drops the shit, dips off, gets into the wet, pulls off with the fucking money, right? And he's like holding it, he's like, what the fuck? He's like, yo, this fucking guy just gave me, it ain't the niggas that act hard, and and they start booking, running. And that's how they get the shit, and they're following these niggas around. And so they get through all these fucking hijinks. They're accidentally carjacking niggas at the same time because they have this gun.
Yeah, like they run up to a window with the gun. He has a gun in his hand. But like, help! And he just, the dude gets out like, hey, no, don't shoot, man. He's just like, no, we just need... Get the fuck out the way. And then they get in the car, and then neither of them know how to drive.
Yeah.
That's why they took the bus.
So it's a bunch of this shit. Stop and go,
and then they're coming, and so they're doing all this shit. All right. Tony's like, we got to get out of here. Lerahrd's like, I've got a gun. We got to get rid of this.
Yeah.
It's got my fingerprints on it.
It has my fingerprints.
Bro, I've seen CSI Miami. I know how to catch motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Fingerprints.
Yeah.
He's like, wipe it off, throw it. And he was just like, what if those dudes catch up with us, man? They wanted to kill us. And he's like, why didn't you just fucking pay? He's like, I didn't nut. Did you nut? And he was like, yeah. He was like, it's because I'm black.
Yeah, bro. They don't serve black people here, huh?
And they're posted. So I'm trying to do this off of where I could see in my head. So let's base this off of Stockton Road in Sacramento. And we're trying to get to Hogan.
Oh, that's it. I was thinking Natomas because it's farther. So there's more area to get.
Okay. All right. Natomas because you got to go through downtown.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, bro. So it's even better.
And then you got to go through Oak Park.
Yeah, nigga. So it's like real
niggas that act hard in Oak Park. Yeah. And then when you get to downtown, it's just like, oh, there's other people here that, and they crashed the car, clearly.
Obviously. And also they're busting out these niggas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So maybe they take even more money than what they thought. And also they didn't just rob just some regular Asian niggas. It was like maybe the prince of Saigon himself, like robbed this nigga. You know what I mean? It just to add the stakes up.
Because we all know that those little Asian markets, they gamble in the back.
Yeah.
They have to have one place where they store most of it. Maybe this is where they stored most of it. So all Little Saigon's money is right here.
Yeah. And he got off with
80% of it.
80% of it. He's like, put the fucking money in the... You know what I mean?
So he won correctly. They weren't trying to give him his money.
Or maybe he lost, and that's what made him lose his fucking mind and
What if he cheated?
Oh, and then while he was picking up the money, cards fall out.
Yeah, on some El Dorado shit, like go scoop it up and the dice roll out.
Yeah, and it folds out, and then it's just like,
oh, you've been hiding cards in your fucking.
Yeah, you
had nothing.
Fucking dumbass.
You had aces right here.
Bahama mama. Yeah. Tommy Bahama's fucking.
And they're just like, you're not leaving with this money. And he's like, the fuck I'm not. The fuck I'm not.
Yeah. Let's
Y'all been getting me money. and
that's the same kind shit.
And he's so dedicated, but I need a vacation.
Yeah. My kids are waiting at the airport. I told my wife.
Kids. There's no kids, bro. His family left him. He's in a delusion state because he's a addict.
Yeah, he's tripping.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Greasy as shit from sitting in a room full of cigarette smoke for the last 8 hours.
And he's just like, no, I just have a little bit of water. He took 2 sips, and he's just
like 72,000 large on the table, and he just won it the wrong way.
Yeah.
He's running out. I want this somehow to end with them finding this nigga's treasure.
Oh, that's even better, right?
Like he crashes his car or something, or stops to do a little deal or something.
Okay, so
and happens to live around where they live or where they're trying to get to or something. I don't know.
Let's say there are 6 episodes of hijinks throughout the whole shit, right? First one's the car.
Yep.
Right?
No, first one is gun.
Oh, yeah, that's good hijinks right there. So the gun, that's how he gets it, right?
Yeah.
The gun, and then the car theft.
Yep. Then the car accident.
Liquor store robbery.
Yeah, because why would they rob the liquor store?
It's an accident. Nigga has a gun walking in there. And maybe it falls out while they're trying to get to a safe place after the car accident. They just dip off. They flee on their feet.
A little bit of bloody, airbags went off.
Exactly. So they're just like, kind of like, oh, I need to get some fucking ice for my head. And maybe, so who has the gun? Toni, right?
No,
Lerahd. Lerahd has it because he has the shirt. Mm-hmm. So he's like, I need some fucking ice. And he's like real persistent. Like, you got to do this, man, for it to calm down. My fucking nose is all busted up. So they get the ice at a liquor store. Mm-hmm. But while he's like reaching into his pocket, the gun falls out.
And he's just like, I got a family, man. He's like, it's not even that, bro. And he's just like, take everything you want, man. Here, and he empties the register, gives him cash. And he's just like, I got a family, man. Please, please, please. And then he's just like, and Tony's like, we don't got no money to get back.
Yeah. And he's like, all right, take it. So
Tony takes the money. He's just like, shit. Did we just rob him? He was just like, I didn't mean to, man. I was going to pay him. And he was just like, you should have fucking paid that fucking hooker. And he's like, I did not. But I didn't nut, though.
Yeah.
And he's to his death that if I don't nut,
it didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm still a virgin. Are you a virgin?
One girl that I used to hang out with, I've never had sex with her or anything like that. But we were just friends. So she just, like, come over and we just, like, talk and shit. And she's like, yeah, me and my friend, like, have a thing, like, if his dick ain't big enough, like, it didn't happen. I'm like, so how many motherfuckers do you have in sex with, bro? Like, what the fuck?
And how is that a way to manage your life? To be like,
she was like, you know what I mean, younger than I was, but I was just like, huh, that's how you count this shit?
Yeah, the dick ain't big enough.
And it's like, because if I didn't come, it didn't happen. I'm just like,
You need to tell your husband these stories before he like proposes to you.
Yeah, exactly.
You should tell everybody on the first day, like, just let you know, it don't count if I don't come. Yeah. And if it ain't big enough.
Yeah.
I'm just like, so we can have sex. And that not count in your head?
I'll count it. Fuck it.
I'm just like, well, I better tell this porn site that I'm going to upload it to that this is fallacy. Like, this is all lies. This didn't happen because she didn't come.
So, this thing is stupid. I can tell this Reddit forum.
Laird's girl should really like him, too.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Yo, Lerahd is like, he was in there for 15 seconds, but he was in there making love, nigga.
They're
like
kissing.
Yeah,
They're kissing.
Like in that dingo party. Like, that nigga was just pumping in there, bro. Mm-hmm. Like, all over each other, like, really, really into
like,
each
it's
other.
like a passionate love scene, but hardcore fucking. And then it cuts over to him being like, you're mashing it. Twist and pull. Twist and pull. And she just like, hey, no, mate, you need to... You are you gay? And he just like, dad just pulls him in even more. He's just like, oh, fuck. I'm not gay. You're not doing it right. Let me do it. And then she's just like, it's time. It's 30 minutes.
You gotta rub the balls and stroke the shaft, bitch.
Touch my ass.
Put your finger in my ass. So all this shit is happening. It's chaos. The liquor store happened, right? And they hit the corner, and they hear sirens flying past, right? and then they just like start walking down the street, talking and shit like that, and then the girl that Lerahd fucked just pulls up on him. She's like, "Get in the car."
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? He's like, "That."
It's a little 5 Series Beamer.
Yeah.
That's what they always drive. It's a 5 Series Beamer. Pretty well kept.
Yeah,
Smells
bro.
like stogies and regret.
Yeah, black. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Black with the chrome rims. And she's like, he's like, "I thought I'd never see you again." And
They're really in love. Like,
yeah.
he goes to prom with her. He really don't like so the whole thing was to just fuck, and then he ends up falling in love.
Yeah, like totally ditches
with a prostitute.
Totally ditches his cousin that he was going to bring, the female cousin he was going to bring. You know what I'm saying?
I think the sitting there with braces, like, what the fuck?
That's her dad is the Asian nigga that told him, he's like, "Yo, I'm bringing my cousin." He was like, "You gotta always be prepared." And he's like, "Oh, you're gross. You're a gross one, bro." Mm-hmm. Anyway, so they get into the car, right? She like pulls off skirt. She's like, "I'm so glad that I found you." He's like, "I'm so glad you found me." Like, he's like
touching her hand and shit. Yeah. And he's just like, "Hey, are they after us?" And she's like, "You guys stole a lot of money, and you need to give it back, or they're gonna kill you." And he's like, "We didn't steal any money. What are you talking about?" And they're like, "There was a bet going on, and they say that he stole the money."
Yeah, you have the fucking gun. You
like,
showed them the Prince of Saigon
"Oh
face."
No, somebody gave me this gun." And they're like, "Who? Where did he go? What did he look like?" He was like, "He was like a black dude." And he's like,
Flashback.
He
was a black guy. Flashback again. Wearing a Johnny Muhammad shit. Flashback. Nigga looks down at.
He's like, "Son of a bitch." Stretching a shirt, he's like, "And I've got the gun." Oh God. And she's just like, "We have to get you out of Little Saigon because everybody's looking for you. That's where we keep the money. You stole 37 parlors' money. They're coming for you, and I can only do so much. They're going to wonder where I'm at when I don't make it to the next spot. So I can get you out of Little Saigon."
Yeah, bro. Yeah, she comes to save the day.
And then, gring, gring. She answers the phone, and the dude on the other line is like, "Where are you at?" And she's like, "I'm on my way to, whatever down the street." And
the cops are out here like crazy.
He's just like, "Funny, your car says that you're parked here." And she's like, "Yeah, I just stopped off for," he's like, "Are you with them?" And he's like, "Bring him here and you don't die. We just want our money back." She hangs up the phone. She's like, "They know I'm with you, and they got a tracker on the car." And Larahd's just like, "What the fuck are we? I can't leave her here." Tony's like, "We got to dip." They all three go. Now it's 3 motherfuckers running away from all of Little Saigon.
Yeah, bro.
She knows the dirt roads. They're in gutters, nigga. They're in sewers, nigga. Eating rats for life.
For sustenance. God damn. So she gets him. That happens. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Maybe they're tracking her going out of Little Saigon. That's why he called her.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't need.
They're on the edge.
Yeah.
She's like, hey, so where are you going right now? And he's like,
to that
you
other
found them,
spot.
didn't you? I know when you're lying to me. I always fucking know when you're lying.
And she's new to the game, so she
got to tell that like a motherfucker stuttering and shit.
She's not been in the game for too long, and she's only like 21, 22.
Mm-hmm.
So like this is like in a range where they could be in a relationship, like cuz is 17.
Yeah, and she's a little older, but she's like, my nigga was in there making love.
Yeah.
So
he said, "I love you."
Yeah.
And I believed him.
Whispered into her ear while he was chest to chest.
Yep.
Pelvis to pelvis. So they jump out the whip, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're on the edge, bro. And maybe there's one road in, one road out. Like at the end of it.
They'd have to have somebody post it.
No. Listen, where I'm going. So going to Stockton and then fucking Arena Boulevard, whatever the fuck, Natomas, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're like near the edge. They jump out the whip and maybe the real guy has like a niche for like I don't know what would be something stupid the nigga really loves and he can't go too far without like seeds. You know what I'm saying? The nigga's jonesing or some shit like that, and he's like, I gotta.
And he grabbed the bag at the shop that they stole from the liquor store.
Yeah, and he was like something just like, oh, you're back again. The nigga says, and then the whole gun and shit. So maybe they look similar. Maybe niggas just being racist.
Mm-hmm.
So he grabs some seeds, and the guy's like outside his car, just like his cigarette. You know what I mean? Popping seeds and shit like that. And maybe they see him, and then he's just too far out of reach. Niggas just like screaming towards him and shit like that, and he's just like trying to like, and they're like, hey, bow, let off the fucking gun, and the nigga just like, oh shit, like what am I doing, bro? He's so scatterbrained. That he's just like, oh, fuck, what am I doing? And gets back into the car. And they're like, that's the guy we got to fucking follow. He's the guy that we can... Because what other way would they somehow get this fucking money back?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
So they're trying to get the money back.
Yeah, they have to...
When they bump into him and they're having that argument in the beginning, Toni leaves his phone there.
Oh.
And his mom's blowing him up like, where are you at?
Yeah.
Coach says you're not at practice.
Hey.
And so they're having this argument and they're like, what the fuck happened? And she's like, he ran out on this. And then they're like, we lost 70 large. Fuck that. We don't care about that. That's $80. Yeah. We just lost 70 large and everybody's going to be looking for their money now. Gling, gling, gling. And they're like, what's that? Answer it. Or look at it and it says mom. And he's like, was this the room of the dude? Yeah. And she's like, yeah. He's like, his mother's calling. Opens it up. And she's like, there's pictures of him and his homie. You're like, okay, these are the people. And then you look at the messages. It's like, hey, we're going to meet here at this time. We're going to become men. Like, and then like, they're like, oh.
It was
it was pre-planned. They plan to do this to us. Call him while they're in the car with the girl.
They're like, sorry, bro. They're just like, they're like mistaking lingo for like fucking girls means taking money, man. I swear to God.
We're finna fuck these bitches.
I heard it in a rap song.
We're finna fuck these bitches.
Yeah.
And they're just like, he's calling us bitches.
We the bitch.
Okay. And then that's how they have the open line of communication where he's like, just give us some money. You take the girl. We don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
We need that money or it's going to get real salty for your mother.
Oh, shit.
Auntie Jamie? Uncle Phil.
Ooh.
Looks like you got a lot of friends. Funny how you got their picture and their contact information.
He's like, oh, God.
I'll be at your house waiting for you or you can bring me the money by 8. And it's one of those movies where there's like a deadline.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
And this all happened at like 12 o'clock.
Next day is prom.
Yep. And so they're having to do all of this shit by 8 o'clock and it starts at 12.
Yeah.
So they get into a car accident, rob a liquor store.
Yeah. Liquor store.
Join forces with an ex-prostitute.
Mm-hmm. Now ex-prostitute.
Now ex-prostitute. Because she's in love with him.
Yeah.
Like the end of the movie shows like pictures throughout the experience. Like random caption pictures, and like they're just always hugged up in the back, like they're really in love, and that's the beautiful part about it is that even prostitutes have hearts.
Exactly, because those hookers got cold hearts. Breaking and entering got to be a fucking thing in this bitch.
Yep. What would they need to break and enter for though?
Maybe hiding. Maybe they dip off into like we can't be on the main road. Look at this fucking shit, and then he like. Oh man, this is the best fucking. So they rob. They're breaking and entering into like a house to find clothes, right?
To change
because they can't go to their house.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Toni isn't comfortable with his body, so he's not going to just take off his Tommy Bahama shirt.
And on top of that, he's been in a car accident, so he's bloody. There's blood.
Yeah, there's nicks on him and shit like that. Blood. He got titties. So he ain't trying to show his body like that. He's like, no, they're gonna like, why would I, be without a shirt? He's like, come on, nigga, you look beautiful, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Don't trip. He's like, we can just dip. We can. This window's open. Nobody's home. Like he doesn't fucking know. And you know what I mean. I could just take a shirt. Doesn't matter. Or even they count as a break and entering if you jump over somebody's fence.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, there's a clothesline back here, and I could just that shirt looks big enough for me. Hops the fence and shit like that. We'll be waiting right here, and they're just like canoodling and shit. He's like, oh, you fucking gross. And goes back there tiptoeing. He like the shirt's in front of him. He like grabs it, and like this big ass German Shepherd is like like on a fucking chain, like on a chain, like biting at his face. He's like, oh god, and fucking comedic hijinks. And the guy goes to like turn away, and the guys come down and like, hey, and the dog breaks off the chain at the same fucking time, and he just slow motion titties are bouncing, blood dripping off his head, and he just like knees to chest, hits a fence, gets on that shit. We gotta go, and that's what keeps the energy going instead of being like, oh, I'm safe with a shirt. You know what I'm saying? I have a different shirt on, so nobody's gonna attack us.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, they got the whole fucking Tommy Muhammad shit. I mean, they got the whole I have the contacts in your shit. But this is just another episode they can get into while they're somehow gonna find, you know what I mean, this nigga with a shirt.
So, how did they find him? Is it just by chance? He should be killed or something, and they just come upon his shit, right?
Huh.
I think it'd be a lot easier if fucking he just died, and they found him. Like, and the issue resolves itself by him being killed by the triads or whatever gang was after him. And then they're like, no, because if they find him, they'd be like, this is the Tommy Bahama dude.
Yeah. Like, oh. So maybe the nigga's eating like sloppily eating this. All right, we're gonna take a break real quick. Welcome back. So to wrap it all up, we'll come up with shit in between, but I want to say the ending so we'll have it right. So, like the Big Lebowski, right? There was no real solution to it all, right? Just crazy shit happened. So, they wanted the money. I forgot what's his name's character who had the gun and shit, who was a Vietnam nigga. They wanted the money, they botched that, and the real Lebowski pointed the nihilist to his direction, the Big Lebowski's direction, and then the dude they fought the nihilist at the fucking bowling alley. Mm-hmm. And Donnie dies and shit like that. And then after Donnie dies, Lebowski's wife just comes home. And then that was it.
Yeah. I mean, we really don't have to solve too much. If they get their money.
I know exactly. But the getting the money part, that's what we're trying to figure out. You feel me? So I'm thinking the nigga sitting in like a car or some shit like that, or inside side of the car, because we scratched the seat eating part, right? So he's sitting in his car like smacking some pizza or some shit like that, and they in a neighborhood dipped off to the side, and they just come upon this nigga. Maybe Toni has like a he carries around like a medallion with him. Some sort of like Kenyan medallion that he got from his grandpa or some shit like that. And he rubs the shit for like whenever he's worried and shit like that. For just he does it at finals. He does it, before a game. That's what he does. And he does that shit while they're walking. And Lerahd like breaks his conversation like, you still rubbing on that thing? Like, I feel you, man, but This shit ain't gonna help. And as they're talking, they they're walking right beside the niggas who's eating the pizza, the real robber.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And and then he stopped, just like, hey, bro, and this is the peak where the friends come apart because they can't. Every movie, the friends have to come apart and come back together, right? And then Tony's just like, hey, bro, I know you're fucking in love now and shit like that, but man, these motherfuckers are confusing me for something that I didn't do. You don't fucking understand that. And then he brings in, like, the race shit, because it's in between that. You know what it feels like to. He's implying that Lerahd doesn't understand because he's not full black.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Lerahd just like, wait, motherfucker, like I wrestle on the same team as you, nigga. Like I'm looked at as something different. He's like, yeah, it's because you're fucking, you know what I mean? Then they like start saying slurs back and forth, not slurs, but getting real offensive, but cutting the edge. You know what I mean? When me and you argue, we ain't talking about moms and grandpas. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, fuck you, dog. You feel me? So they're just like, he's like, hey, bro, we don't have to do this journey together. They're looking for you. And he's like, oh.
He's like, if you would have just paid the bitch, we wouldn't have these problems.
He's like, bro, it was so, and like he brings up that, and he's like, motherfucker, they're looking for somebody who robbed the motherfucker, who didn't fucking come, couldn't get dick hard. And he's just like,
and you hear ting ting, and the dude comes out with the pizza laugh.
He's smacking that motherfucker, bro. Like all over his Johnny Muhammad shirt, like my fucking sweater. I was eating. You know how you lay down to eat? I don't know if you're a fat nigga like that still, but
I don't lay down to eat just because of like heartburn and shit.
That's it. Hey, first of all, I did the CPAP. My heartburn is 0 now. It's fucking weird. But anyway, so the nigga's just like smacking it, like humming a song, just like nigga got that money, and got that, like smacking that shit. And all three of them like look up at him all at the same time, and he's like his eyes are closed, and he like opens them shit. He's like, he sees a girl because he recognizes her.
Yeah, because she was the one that greeted him when he came in that morning to gamble.
Exactly. And all you see is like Toni like raise up the gun.
Yeah,
just like,
that's exactly what I was thinking. Like just like
stop, like freeze. Like he said something like 16 and a half year old shit. Like freeze, motherfucker.
Hey, and it should be like if the dude looks like me, and the dude who robbed the place should look like Cat Williams. It's kind of close, but it's like you guys are just being racist at this point. Yeah, we're not even kind of close. Yeah, we're not even kind of close. I don't have a mustache.
Yeah, bro.
And my hair looks okay.
I didn't perm this. You know what I'm saying? These curls are straight out.
Like he's like 40 pounds, like
like a thick nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like a Uncle Pig shaped motherfucker. Yeah. And then you're clearly back. Older and shit. He was just like,
and he looks at him like, it's not racist, right? It's not racist, huh? Where's the fucking money, man?
He's just like, you know what I mean? He's talking with his mouth full. He's like, swallow, motherfucker. He's like, you nasty son. And then he just like points to the car. And like, as they look to the car, he dips off. So they're just like, you know what I mean? They go to the car. Obviously, that's his real car. The nigga just flees. And then they get into the car. You know what I mean? They bust out the shit. But we got to keep the energy going. So they bust out the shit. And somebody's like, hey! They grab the fucking, the briefcase. And the stacks that were just sitting there all covered in like, he's a snacking motherfucker. So he's stopped at the convenience store that they accidentally robbed. They stopped somewhere else. You know what I mean? Like, all covered in fucking loose food and shit. And they dip with the money. And they call him back. She's like, and that's when he's just like, we got to meet him at my house. He's like, he's right. No. That was That was the either or, right?
Mm-hmm.
Either I meet you at your mama's house, or you drop the money off here. So
Mm-hmm.
they're just like, okay. So they're walking back there. They get there and shit like that. She walks in first because she's the.
What if they stop off on the outside of it and they're just like, should we both go in? And he's like, bro, I think if I go in there, they're gonna shoot me.
Yeah, they're gonna fucking kill me.
And he's like, I'll go in.
Oh, this is the. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
So Lerahrd's like, I'll go in then. Like, they're if they shoot anybody, it's gonna be the person that thinks stole this.
Yeah.
And he's like, but I don't look like they do. I'm like, clearly that doesn't matter to them.
Yeah.
So he walks in, changes out the money for him.
Maybe he stands at the door, and this was his apology. They don't apologize to each other because they grew up together and shit like that. You know what I mean? It's just like a head nod, and the nigga like turns and faces oblivion. His girl grabs his hand.
They're walking together.
They interlock.
And he's like, damn, that's love. Like, she knows that these niggas might shoot him and her.
Yeah.
And she's still willing to do it.
Exactly. And all the while, it's a parable as to, you know what I mean, your friends grow. It's okay for them to fall in love.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay to, just as long as they're treated right, they're fucking, go ahead, bro. And also, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Like, we're our words went a little bit too far, and you know what I mean? They step off into oblivion. He's like tucked away, and now the transaction happens.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Prince of Saigon sitting there, lean back into his chair, and he's like, so you have the money. I'm glad you came.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I saw you in your friend's phone. You guys are pretty gay. You know what I mean? Like, taking dives at this nigga is semi-homoerotic friendship with his best friend. Like, you guys getting tights together and wrestling? He's like, well, I'm the wrestling team, man. Do you want
a lot of personal photos.
Yeah, it's a lot of you two together, man. He's like, okay, all right, I get it. So, here's your fucking money. He's like, this ain't enough. You, come here. Like, this girl. He's like, hold on to her hands, like, no. Like, we're together now. She's gonna stop doing whatever the fuck you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And he's just like, oh, really? And like stands up. Tall, lanky Asian nigga.
Mm-hmm.
Stogie's like sitting on his lip. Right there, bro. You know what I'm saying? A la Samuel L. Jackson. Jurassic Park.
Exactly what I was thinking.
You know what I'm saying? And he just like steps up to him like face to face. That's how you really feel?
Mm-hmm.
And he's just like, how old are you? 17. He's just like,
I like
it. Just, you know what I'm saying? It just turns away. And he just like leaves the money by the door. And just like waves him off, and then he's just like,
and she just
yeah, he's like, like as a 16-year-old, I'm 17-year-old, you gotta ask for permission your whole fucking life to do things. So he's just like,
I can go.
Like he raises his hand to go.
We can go.
He's just like, doesn't even answer
leave.
him. He just like sits down in his chair and just turns around and back to his desk like, yeah, one of those calculators. What are those called?
I know what you're talking about. That old mathematician.
Yeah, that shit. The
bracket thingy. Yeah.
I started to add up shit, and then he's like, and they leave, and fucking Tony just like, well, what happened? And like, oh, of course, nigga, what the fuck you think happened? He was just like, you know what I mean? Like, they like hugging shit and fucking, nigga, we made it. You know what I'm saying?
And then they go to the bus stop outside of the place.
Yeah.
And ride home like they were going to.
Yeah, or even this. They go to the bus stop, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's just like, I don't have enough money for you. Like, tells her that.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, don't worry, I have my own.
And then she pulls out bands.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And he's just like, okay. And then get on the fucking bus. We could just take
my 5 series on the edge of town that we left.
He's like, how are we going to get there? He's like, the bus. But they get on the bus together, and that's where they're going to stop off is to get because they live in the same neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of them all getting off,
They should sit on the two should sit on one seat on the bus, and the other dude like sit like on the other seat, just so that separation, but that they're still close. Like
yeah, even like their stop usually comes up,
mm-hmm.
and then Tony just gets off, and he's like holding his medallion, he's like. Although they're gonna fucking kick it tomorrow.
Yeah, they go to the prom, and the prom they're like at each other's house, and like, oh, I'm gonna go pick up May after this, and he's like, yeah, man, and they're fixing each other's like tie, and they still got like cuts and shit from that whole day yesterday,
pulling them up and shit like that. But he gets off the bus, and he's like, and then they get off the bus later on to go pick up her car and then take him back. They get ready together. May's there. Lerahd. He has a loose family because his uncle lives there with his auntie, his cousin that he was going to take with the braces, who was like 13, was a fucking freshman, and she's just like, "What the fuck, Lerahd?" And he's like, "Shut the fuck up, Lynn. Like, not now." And then he like introduces his girlfriend, who's like banging as fuck.
Yeah,
and it's his parents, but you know his mom's black, dad's Asian. So they're like, just as long as you're in school, bro. Like, you're going to college soon.
Keep your grades up.
Yeah.
Keep your grades up.
You know what I'm saying? It's already at the end. Fuck it. So they get ready at each other's house and shit like that. And Toni picks up his date. This banging ass fucking black girl. And they're going together. They're dancing, having a fucking good time. And then the end of the night is when they like,
go their separate ways.
Yeah, all right, brother. Like, I'll see you.
I'll see you.
Yeah.
And then they make out for a bit.
maybe even something like that. Like they go for a hug and then Toni like kisses him on the cheek, like both cheeks, and their girlfriend's like, "What the fuck?" He's just like, "This is something we do, bro. Just relax." And then they split ways, and then the credits are
pictures of
I'm
that whole
just a kid and life is a nightmare. Like them having photos of each other like as kids and like growing up through the years.
like singlets and shit. Like one person on the one podium for number one and one at the number two.
Yeah, exactly. Just like right there, like, and then later on, it shows
them growing up.
So they're in different brackets now. Different weight classes. But they're still like in each other in the back of their photos, like the rabbits in their head, and then go off, and it ascends through elementary school, middle school, high school. Toni actually wrestles. Lerahd doesn't, but he goes for business, and they're in each other's pictures like as they graduate from different schools and shit.
And like May's there.
Yeah, May's
like,
there.
Happy as fuck. They're happy as
fuck. As fuck, bro.
There's like a picture of like that nigga with like two Asian babies.
But like they still got the black curl like he does. Like it's in there. It's sprinkled in there, bro.
It's in there. I mean, the children are light.
The hair
gonna be different.
Real almond eyes. But and that's like their life. Right there, that's where it starts. Like ends when the kids come. Like, you know what I mean? Toni goes from like a girl, like the girlfriend he had at prom. I mean, not the girlfriend, but they just were friends and shit. To prom, and then like he gets a girl from college. He doesn't have kids, but he like becomes like a wrestling coach. So he wears like a whistle in every picture after college and shit like that. And after he like they show like a picture of Toni like injured. Got his arm in a sling, and then that's when he becomes a coach. You know what I'm saying? And then like that, the last picture is him holding the kids, and Toni just like you know what I'm saying? Like doing fucking stupid shit.
And they're all Polaroids.
Yeah, all Polaroids, bro. And this takes place in I want to say like 96.
Yeah, Polaroids are popping.
Yeah, so like,
and it would have made sense. Like, it would have made sense that like. It was harder to get places. There wasn't an Uber. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Also, the Johnny Bahama shirts
were popping back then.
Yeah.
And very popular. So if they're popular, like, it's easy to confuse them.
Exactly, bro.
Real easy.
And, you know, niggas are more racist than they are now.
Yeah. Or at least openly more.
Yeah, exactly. Now niggas just hide behind the screen and be a dickhead.
And then go outside like, I got a lot of Asian friends. Okay, man.
Okay.
You know online doesn't count, right?
Exactly. Your second cousin doesn't count either.
Because y'all don't talk.
Yeah, bro. Man, great story, bro.
I like it.
Fuck yeah.
Now, what do we call that?
Johnny Bahama. I think it was sue us, bro.
No, because it's Tommy Bahama.
Oh, really? Hey, I like to apologize.
I was saying Johnny Bahama, I thought it was a joke the whole time.
You know what? I'm not trying to give them the rights to anything. So he's going to be wearing a Johnny Bahama shirt.
A knockoff shirt.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's called Johnny Bahama.
Yeah.
Because he can fucking afford it. Yeah, I like that shit. So what do you want to call it? It's your story.
I want to either call it like almost like a Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure kind of thing, but like
Toni and Lerahd rule the world.
Yeah, Toni and Lerahd escape the parlor or something like Toni.
Oh yeah.
Toni, Lerahd and Toni, something along those lines, like a long name, not like just the parlor or something like that, because the parlor makes it seem darker than it.
Lerahd and Toni get ready for prom.
Yeah. Or Lerahd and Toni become men or some shit like that.
Yeah, that's even better, bro. Lerahd and Toni become men.
And Laird's a random ass name I came up with, so I think it'll pop a lot having a random ass name instead of it being like Mike.
Yeah, bro, Lerahd and Toni. And Tony's real name is spelled with the I because the nigga's like really African.
Mm-hmm.
So his name is like Tony Ngawe, like fucking Nkanto, fucking like he has a real long but like a really black name, but they call him Tony.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that shit. Lerahd and Toni become men. That's fucking good.
That's good.
I like it. I like that shit. Well, thanks for coming to Director's Cut. I mean, I'm thanking you for coming. Hey, thanks for the story, my nigga. It was a good ass story, bro.
We fleshed that out pretty nice. I think.
Yeah. And next episode I have a good one.
You do.
It's suspense, mystery, kind of like Ride.
Oh, with
Paul Walker.
Oh, I didn't see that movie.
Paul Walker. Is that his name? Walker,
Paul
Texas Ranger.
Which one are you talking about?
I'm talking about Ride, where they were escaping the nigga in the truck. They're like fucking with him over CV.
Oh, you're talking about the one.
Joyride.
Joyride.
Yeah, not Ride. I apologize. I have Alzheimer's.
Joyride, yeah, I remember that. Where like they're fucking with like a truck driver, and then he shows up at their apartment.
Yeah, he's like, "Where's the girl at? Where's Cherry?"
And then the next person, like, he kills a dude over there. And I'm like, shit.
He's like, "Where's Cherry at?" And he's like, "Cherry."
Hey, he was gonna kill Cherry either way. Somebody was gonna get killed either way.
Oh yeah, buddy. You think he was just gonna like smash her with
It's
Cherry?
the roll of the dice as a prostitute. Every John is a roll of the dice.
Yeah, you think this little Paisa is gonna just not just gonna just murk it from the back for 30 seconds? Like, no, he's here to murder you, bro.
Yeah, like, do you realize why he came and hasn't taken off his clothes? It's
Yeah.
You think he's just really into touching legs and neck? No.
Yeah, no. He's kind of eyeballing the neck, how big it is, till he can strangle you.
Yeah.
Every prostitute out there, be careful. All our prostitution fans, stop doing it to these women.
It's the world's oldest profession.
Yeah.
Give them a little respect.
Exactly, bro. Let these hoes be hoes.
For real.
Hey,
stop job jamming.
Yeah, bro. Shout out to all the pimps who are slowly losing their jobs because of the internet. Pimp C said it best. This internet shit, bro, done changed the world of pimping. It ain't like what it used to be. Shout out to Pimp C. Rest in peace. Thanks for joining us on the Scrapbook Podcast, Director's Cut, baby. Next episode is going to be me, so it's going to be my turn. Like I said, and it's going to be a good one, so hope you come over soon and we can knock that out. If you have anything, email us at the same email, thescrapbookpodcast@gmail.com. It was my pleasure, Patrick. Thank you so much for the story.
It was an awesome time, man.
Spreading it, and
shout out all the people in Belgium.
Yeah, shout out to all our European fans, our real European fans, not European American. Y'all don't count.
Y'all just American.
Exactly. We love you. Don't stop being creative. Peace. Say bye, niggas. Yo.
Oh. Well, we're nice time, y'all. All right, Jesus.